there folks, it's Kikoskia here and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. And when last we left off, we worked our way through Galvino's workshop, save for one room. This one here, the workshop itself. Hopefully we'll find Galvino busily working away on something, alive and well, willing to help us, and everything will be fine. But considering all that we fought our way through, I doubt that's going to be the case.
I'd be glad to.
Let's open the door. We might as well not be stealth, because he'll probably see the rest of the party, even though he won't see us. Let's have a conversation. An elderly man hunches over a cluttered desk in the back of the workshop. His flesh is pulled tightly around thin, fragile-looking bones, except for his neck, where it hangs in loose wattles. He turns as you enter, a scowl already chiseled into his lined face.
Back again? I told you.
He hesitates, squinting at you from behind smudged and dusty spectacles.
Of course, a fresh fool to replace the last fools. What brings you stomping through my workshop, eh?
He draws his words out, looking you up and down. A sneer creeps across his face. I've got questions about Durgan's battery, but what were those things, Galvino?
My work. And from the racket outside, I must assume you made a mess of them.
He scowls at you.
Come on, Galvino, they weren't your best work.
The voice echoes from within the golem. This is the devil that we've read about in various notes. Interesting.
And you are? I should melt you for parts, Amora.
Anyhow...
But you come seeking the White Forge, like they all do.
And I imagine all of they perished.
Boys with smooth cheeks and wild dreams. Girls with bright ribbons tied next to their scabbards.
His voice rises and falls with the sing-song of mockery.
Old men and women, too, seeking a final blaze of glory before they're snuffed out for another turn at the wheel. Sound familiar?
His smile is rigid as he looks at you, and the corner of his eye twitches. You've said all this before, I take it.
I have this conversation with every pig-headed swashbuckler those Postenagos and stalwarts send here. Go see Galvino, they say. Surely he'll help you.
Must have slipped their minds what a busy and important fellow you are.
In the silence that follows, the temperature in the room seems to drop. Galvino glares at her. I like her.
I should have let them stone you. Would have silenced your endless rattling forever.
The hanging folds of skin beneath his neck tremble.
Then you'd have naught but those frostbitten inbreds for company.
I guess this is what it'd be like if Aloth and Isselmir were two separate people. Come now, I sound nothing like either of them. You're upset. There's an old wound with Stalwart, then.
The spiteful imbeciles destroyed my career, ruined years of work. But let us focus on the reason for your visit, yes? The villagers and their adventurers hammer and pry at the battery as if they were laying siege to some mouldering lord's keep.
He swats the air in front of his face.
But those stones were laid by some of the finest builders ever to have lived, disciples of Abidan in the truest sense. They will not fall by the whims of any kith. And the door itself, it is infused with living essence.
He holds his hands before him, and his eyes are wide with wonder. So how does one get into the fortress?
With the secrets of the Pargrunen dwarves, of course.
He taps his balding head.
The Pargrunen of Durgan's battery perished within their own keep, victims of a violent disagreement among their own commandants.
His mouth twists into a wicked grin.
Surely in the village you have heard stories, no? Disappearing caravans, tracks in the snow, screams from the high towers.
He pauses, watching your expression with a raconteur's glee. Well, go on. I like this story so far.
The work of spirits still trapped in the battery, and a testament to those impenetrable walls.
He raps on the mortared stone of his own home.
But the door of the keep, the one the Pargrunen filled with essence, it was made to listen, to recognize its masters.
So I need the door to recognize me?
Traditional Optapo cultures revolved around language. Words revealed who they were and where they were from.
An interesting tradition. I could start introducing everyone in verse.
That is why you need a Kantek.
He holds up a twitching finger. What is a Kantek?
Some liken it to a poem, others to an anthem. In reality, it is more than either.
He holds one hand out, turning it this way and that in a balancing motion.
A Kantek is a statement of purpose, a declaration of identity. Each is unique to its stronghold.
Ha! Seal your door with the key of words, and any liar can talk his way through. There's nothing built of words that won't break when the slightest stress is applied.
Thus, to enter a fortress like Durgan's battery, you would stand at the gate and recite its Kantek.
That's an incredible tradition.
Verus! A shame the Postonagos here cannot appreciate such elegance. To learn the Kantek, you must speak with one of the dwarves of Durgan's battery. A shame they are all dead, no?
He rubs his hands together, pacing.
But no doubt their souls live on in one or two of the villagers of Stalwart. Like fine wine poured into a cheap pot.
Derision curls his lips.
But to identify them, that is the first problem. You would need the skills of an animancer.
I'm a watcher. The golem swivels her head sharply towards you. Her mask of a face and the glass eyes behind it betray no emotion, but it seems as if she's watching you carefully.
A watcher? The Verus? If this is true, then you could find a sole descendant from Durgan's battery, no question. But the greater difficulty remains.
Galvino rubs his gaunt, whiskered cheeks.
You would have to learn the Kantek from the dormant soul. And to do that, you would have to awaken it.
This awakening would be permanent, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes.
And there's the complication.
Whoever you awaken will live with the memories and the personality of a past life. Maybe peacefully, maybe not.
His bony shoulders rise in a shrug.
That is why you must pay attention to the soul you would awaken, no?
Indeed.
It is a monumental thing to impose on another, but these are the very people who wish to rediscover the White Forge, Verus.
He removes his spectacles and polishes the dirty lenses with his tunic. So how would I do that? Awaken someone?
An awakening is merely the jolting of a dormant soul into consciousness.
He makes a bursting motion with his hands, splaying his fingers wide.
When such things happen normally, it is because something has reminded the subject of a past life, often violently so.
He smacks his workbench with surprising vigor. Aloth flinches. Yep, that's understandable.
Thus, to awaken one of the former dwarves of Durgan's battery, you will need to address that soul, and preferably by name.
He holds his hands together, steepling his fingers.
But show some care. When you examine these souls, whatever it is you watchers do, you may see images, memories.
He leans forward, his back hunched.
These are moments of special import. What you see will tell you much about the person, and perhaps the condition in which they awaken.
He raises his hoary eyebrows and tilts his head back.
Awaken them from a traumatic memory, and who knows? Maybe they awaken thirsty for blood. Or maybe you awaken someone else.
You understand the consequences of an awakening as well as any, Lirin. Yet perhaps there's a benefit to the process as well.
Here, this has been tuned to the Aeon of Durgan's battery. Use it near the villagers, and it should tell you if one has a soul old enough to have come from the battery.
He rummages around and produces an unfamiliar device. You've gained an item, Galvino's resonance amplifier. So the Kantek is all I'll need, then.
Who can say? None have yet opened Durgan's battery.
Galvino raises his hands, palms up.
But the ones that came before you, I think they got close. You may wish to find them and see what they discovered.
I found what's left of them, a journal and a tile.
Most interesting.
He adjusts his spectacles as he peers at the tile.
They spent many days at the battery door. This looks like something that once belonged there.
He taps the tile. I see. Thank you for your help, Galvino. He dismisses the thought with a wave of a hand. Someone's leveled up!
It is a pleasure to have such a courteous guest for a change. A shame you must dirty your boots in Stalwart.
I'm going with her.
The golem looks between you, her neck turning on its oiled joint. Yeah, when we mentioned we were a watcher, that caught her attention. She wants us to do something.
You? Go to Stalwart? Is this your macabre sense of humor, or has something gone to rust in that beautiful head I crafted?
Galvino stares at her. Agape.
No one will bother me while I'm with her. Besides, I can help her find people in Stalwart.
The golem's burnished face is eerily impassive.
You haven't been to Stalwart in 13 years. And this watcher sees souls. What help could you be? Besides, I have need of you here. You owe whatever remains of your wicked life to me.
A frown sours on his lips as he taps his chest with a crooked finger. The golem says nothing, but her essence smolders. Resentment rises from her in shimmering waves. She swivels her neck to look at you. What's the story between you two?
This charming specimen is a convicted murderer. The Devil of Caroc, she's called.
That explains the name.
Mighty fine of you to start with my good qualities, and you wonder why we don't get more visitors.
Killed over a dozen people before they finally caught up to her in Stalwart. Perfect company for lonely camps and mountain passes, no?
He nudges you, all the while grinning wickedly at the motionless golem.
Hey, I know how to start a campfire.
The only reason she's not a frozen corpse is because I convinced the old mayor to let me try an experiment.
A shadow passes over his face. You put a person's soul into a metal body? He leans back, raising his hands.
Into a work of art! Look at this! Craftsmanship worthy of a jeweler!
He traces the scroll work that runs along the golem's jaw.
Fully articulated joints, capable of grasping a pen and writing her own name.
He grabs her hand and delicately bends her tapered fingers.
And of crushing your throat.
She snatches her hand away.
Show me another smith anywhere in the Deerwood who is capable of such delicacy and precision. She is a masterpiece.
Galvino steps back and takes a longer look at her. Why did you build her?
Why build a fortress or a village or anything? To make something that keeps, that...
A disgusted sigh rattles in his throat.
It was the early days of the legacy. My peers in the colleges of animancy were filling the Hollowborn with the souls of animals.
He pauses, scratching his chin. You're right. By comparison, this sounds perfectly sane. He rolls his eyes.
I thought there was a better way.
He is silent for several seconds, his gaze growing distant.
One with a Plum Academy job back in Salona. Don't forget that part.
He glares at her with narrowed eyes. Why is she called the Devil of Caroc?
She committed her first crime in the village of Caroc. Burned a family alive in their home.
He shrugs.
Did the same thing in half a dozen other villages, but their name stuck.
I take it your experiment didn't go over so well with the rest of the village.
Here we go.
She rolls her eyes, rasping them against her sockets.
They were going to stone her anyway. Why not allow her to be put to some useful purpose?
His lips curl back from yellowing teeth.
My life's ambition. To serve somebody's useful purpose.
I approached Mayor Sinahiod and begged. He saw the potential and allowed me the privilege of attempting my little experiment.
He sneers at the words of the indignity they recall. His shoulders are stooped and his teeth bared.
Then, I accomplished what few animancers have even dreamed of. No academic support, no patron. Just me in the middle of nowhere.
He jabs a finger into his concave chest.
Oh, now you got 'em all wound up.
Yes, I have.
I transferred a fully intact soul from a living subject to a fabricated body. She retained her personalities, her memories, all of it.
He claws at the air with one thick-veined hand.
Yet the villagers saw only a stolen corpse.
He throws up his hands. I can see why you were trying to achieve this. You were attempting to retain a soul in a vessel that was not its own. And through that, you hoped to be able to figure out a way to capture the souls that were not going into bodies due to a legacy and put them in a vessel so that they could live some kind of life. The first part of it worked fine because we have this person here. But I don't think the rest of it went as well as you wanted. Aren't you afraid she'll murder you?
She may be mad, but she's no fool. She wouldn't survive long on her own. If the villagers didn't send a hunting party after her, the elements would claim her. Her joints and mechanisms require maintenance, and she cannot perform all of it herself.
See, he's reminding me. In case I get any bright ideas.
That's all I wanted to know.
She's a fine specimen, her personality notwithstanding.
He waves one hand in a circular motion. This, by the way, is making me realize that when you pass, and you are pretty old, there will be no one to maintain her. I hope you teach somebody else how to do that. Or teach us how to do it if she ends up joining our group. I'd like her to travel with me, Galvino.
Quay? No, you don't know what you ask.
He shakes his head, waving his hands.
This woman, the Devil of Caroc, she was a notorious murderer, burned people alive all over the region. Besides, she works for me. After all, I am the one who preserved her.
He straightens his back and looks you up and down, taking your measure. We can play to his ego here. We can play to his ego perfectly. Let me parade her around town. It'll infuriate those villagers. You'd like that, wouldn't you, Galvino?
So you get use of the Devil's services, and I get the satisfaction of knowing those stiffnecks are sweating through their small clothes, eh?
He sighs, but a smug grin has already worked its way across his face.
It's a deal.
I thought it would be.
Fine price for a blacksmith striker. Suppose I should be flattered.
She turns to Galvino while saying that.
And there you have it, a bargain.
Yep, she is a rogue. Level 12. Level 12 because we at least have hit level 12. We will have her in our party soon enough, but not just yet.
A moment. You are going back to Stalwart, yes? Perhaps you could do me a favor.
Galvino gives you a thoughtful frown. Tell me about this favor, Galvino.
There is a man in the village named Grinde, the head fisherman.
He weaves his fingers together.
The rest of Stalwart kisses his feet because he fills their stinking blades with speckleback. But I know he's not as virtuous as he seems.
His face crinkles in vicious glee. It seems you have a history with Grind.
That self-righteous meddler engineered my eviction from the village. He turned them all against me. Now I want him to feel the scorn of those mush-brained imbeciles.
What exactly do you want me to do to him?
Humiliate him, of course. Show his neighbors what he truly is, and let him live with the disgrace.
He points vaguely in the direction of the village, his thin arm trembling.
He's always been a ripple sponge addict. Just got good at hiding it once his sainted sister died and left him in charge of the fishery.
Oh.
But he keeps a stash in the fishery, sneaks in at night when the others have gone home, and emerges sluggish and red-eyed a few hours later. I want you to expose him. Go to the fishery after dark when it's empty. Find his ripple sponge and show it to Renengild.
I see.
Do not answer me now. But when you return to that festering eyesore and smell the stink of fish that hangs in the air, consider what I've said.
He grins.
Your misgivings collect like grime on a doorstep. But think, if this Green Day is a fraud, does he not deserve to be exposed?
An interesting question.
But be sure to approach the fishery by night, when it's empty. They will give you no end of trouble if they see you stealing during the day.
Farewell, Galvino. So, 3 of our party have leveled. Also, is there anything here that we can take? Yes, a lot of things. Keep an eye on the Devil of Caroc. And search the fishery at night. There are a lot of things that we can do. A lot of things. I will think about whether we expose the head fisherman. I will think about it. But when we come back, folks, we have a new member of our party who's very interested in us being a watcher. We have an item that we can use to determine whether someone's soul has part of someone from Durgan's battery within it. And we have that quest. We have so many things that we can do. So many leads to explore. And there's room to loot. And 3 level ups to take. It's going to be very interesting. But that'll be for next time. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. And if you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.